Hello everyone and welcome to Plant Health Australia's annual operational plan webinar. I'm Sarah Corcoran, CEO of Plant Health Australia, coming to you from our Canberra office boardroom, and I'm joined by my executive management team, the broader PHA team and our directors. Online we have industry, government and associate members joining us from across the country, and I thank you all for being here on this Thursday afternoon before Easter. Today I come to you from the Ngunnawal and Ngambri lands, and I'd like to acknowledge the various lands on which you all meet today and pay my respects to elders past and present. The annual operational plan sets out the portfolio of work the PHA team will undertake in the next 12 months to support delivery of our strategic priorities in our 5-year strategic plan and provide value to our members. Today's webinar covers our operating environment and governance, company financials and member subscriptions, our 5-year strategic plan, our 2024-25 activities under the annual operational plan, and the AOP timeline for feedback. And you're very welcome to place questions and comments in the chat as we progress through the draft AOP presentation, and we've allocated time at the end for questions. And following today's webinar, a copy of the recording, the presentation and the draft AOP will be shared with all members for further feedback, and that feedback period will be from Tuesday the 2nd of April through until Friday the 26th of April. So firstly, let's talk about the operating environment. And I must say it has never been more dynamic, with ambitious initiatives such as the National Biosecurity Strategy, the Intergovernmental Agreement on Biosecurity 5-year review, have your says on legislative reform, including modernising the agricultural levies legislation through the Primary Industries Levies and Charges Disbursement Bill of 2023 and the subordinate draft regulations and rules that support that bill, the proposed Biosecurity Protection Levy and Senate inquiries into biosecurity preparedness and response related to foot and mouth disease, varroa mites and red imported fire ants. And amongst all of this, Plant Health Australia provides a leadership role in what is a very rapidly evolving landscape to ensure we maintain awareness across our membership of the latest challenges and opportunities for plant biosecurity. Each year, in consultation with members, the PHA team build a planned portfolio of work to advance strategic and operational priorities that achieve the goals in our strategic plan of 2022 to 2027 and build capability to meet the operating environment. The AOP details investment of member subscriptions supplemented by non-subscription income to deliver activities that strengthen the national partnerships, which are key to the success of Australia's national biosecurity system. Annual subscriptions are calculated on a 3-year average of local value of production figures, and our constitution prescribes we use published data from an approved statutory authority to calculate these subscriptions. Sources of LVP data are the Australian Bureau of Statistics, or if a required statistic has not been published by the ABS, the Australian Bureau of Agricultural and Resource Economics and Sciences, or ABARES, or if a required statistic has not been published by either the ABS or ABARES, a source of the required statistic as determined by the directors. Last year, due to the lack of LVP data from the ABS and ABARES, PHA contacted all industry members to obtain this information directly. This year, we once again anticipate delays in gathering the data and will use a combination of published data as well as contacting individual industries to ascertain their LVP data. This will mean the AOP budget will require additional time to develop, as was the case for this financial year, and we propose to release a finalised budget via an addendum in July. In the meantime, we have a draft budget in today's presentation. Plant Health Australia is a not-for-profit company limited by guarantee. As a not-for-profit, the company's income and property must be applied solely towards promoting the objects or its purpose. Our purpose and mission is to strengthen the Australian plant biosecurity system for the benefit of the economy, environment and the community. Our role as the trusted coordinator of the plant biosecurity system is to bring expertise, knowledge and stakeholders together to generate solutions that improve biosecurity outcomes and ensure the system is future orientated and solutions focused. This governance diagram before you outlines our structure and function with respect to the roles of members, the board and PHA staff. And it also outlines formal reporting to and from members, board and PHA staff through the CEO. The CEO role is delegated responsibility by the board for the day-to-day running of the company in conjunction with the PHA executive management team and all staff to deliver the strategy set by the board. The board is responsible for the overall governance, management and strategic direction of Plant Health Australia and for delivering accountable corporate performance in accordance with the organisation's goals and objectives. Our board of directors are appointed by members as positions become available, and director terms are generally 4 years, with board selection processes occurring every 2 years. Our member engagement activities provide multiple in-person and digital points of contact and work well in developing cohesive networks with and between our members. Our formal member meetings include the annual operational plan webinar that we're doing today and the consultation period, a minimum of 2 plant industry forum and government member forum meetings per year, and 2 members and deed meetings per year as well. We value our members and want to provide ongoing touch points for you to engage with us. This is why we've established a member feedback channel via memberships at phau.com.au, so the address that's on that slide in front of you, for you to let us know how we're doing and provide suggestions for improvements. And thank you to those members who are already utilising this functionality, and we look forward to hearing more from you. In summary, our digital engagement also occurs daily across our social media platforms, such as X, LinkedIn, Facebook and Instagram, as well as our monthly e-newsletter tendrils and news published on our website. If you don't already, please follow us on our socials and subscribe to tendrils to ensure you receive the latest in plant biosecurity news. Our AOP supports our 5-year strategic plan and takes into account the dynamic and complex environment in which Plant Health Australia operates. In the last year alone, we've seen challenges arising from the proposed biosecurity protection levy, an approach to modernising agricultural levies with potential impacts on how levies are dispersed, multiple have your says, and increased scrutiny on biosecurity responses to varroa mites and red imported fire ants. Within the agricultural sector, we've dealt with the loss of producers, critical labour shortages and trade negotiations and allegations of supermarket gouging, compounded by the broader economic issues of the rising cost of living and housing shortages. At PHA, we believe every challenge brings about an opportunity for us to continue to play a pivotal role in bringing together industry and government to deal with the tensions, complexities and nuances to develop a solution that will deliver the best outcome for growers and Australia's biosecurity system. We are committed to a collective vision of a strong, integrated Australian plant biosecurity system that maintains a strong agricultural sector and delivers shared benefits to a wide range of beneficiaries. The next few slides cover our sources of income and investment of funds, and all figures are publicly available in our corporate reports. Our budgeted deficit for the current financial year is $11,530. For the next financial year, and as a result of the increasing costs of doing business, uplifting a new financial system and implementing an ICT roadmap, we are forecasting a deficit closer to $60,000. In July 2023, the Plant Health Australia Board conducted a strategic review and workshop to examine our current business model and areas for improvement and investment to streamline operations and drive long-term growth. Plant Health Australia's growth as a company, particularly the number of projects we manage and their complexity, has necessitated a review of our financial management systems. And in order to manage projects more efficiently, we are investing in an enterprise resource planning system that will improve monitoring and reporting of the company's financial position. Another significant example of how PHA is investing in corporate tools and national digital systems is the scheduled commencement of the Essential 8 Cybersecurity Uplift project. The Australian Signals Directorate has developed a set of prioritised mitigation strategies called the Essential 8 to assist organisations in safeguarding their IT networks against diverse cyber threats. For Plant Health Australia, adhering to and investing in the Essential 8 recommendations is paramount to protecting our corporate systems and sensitive data from the continually evolving cyber threat landscape and ensure continuity and security of our operations. Our total income for 2024-25 is provided in the following bar graph, which depicts the composition of 22% coming from subscriptions and the remaining 78% as non-subscription income. Non-subscription income allows us to maintain and increase staffing numbers and technical skills within Plant Health Australia to complement our subscription-funded work. Non-subscription funded projects also provide the ability to recover our costs that would otherwise be paid for from subscription income. And that subscription income is evenly spread across the Commonwealth, state and territory governments and plant industry members. This year, after careful consideration, the board will recommend a 4.1% increase in annual membership subscriptions to the May 2024 general meeting. The adjustment will help PHA keep pace with increased business costs and ensure the necessary investment in essential infrastructure. And this includes investment in those various business system improvements, and they are aligned with operational priority 1 that will improve our operational efficiencies and make sure we are well placed to deliver the valued services of the company. The change would mean an increase of just under $116,000 across our 3 membership categories, bringing the total subscription funding to $2.96 million. At the November 2016 annual general meeting, PHA proposed that a subscription increase based on CPI annually would be presented annually to members in the future. However, events such as bushfires, droughts, floods and the impacts of COVID over subsequent years saw the PHA board take a conservative approach to subscription increases to minimise financial pressures on members. To provide a sense of what subscriptions would look like had they increased by CPI since 2016-17, they would be at $3.29 million rather than the $2.96 million proposed and shown in the graph on this slide. This slide provides you with a breakdown of estimated income sources for the 2024-25 financial year, excluding interest. These figures may change before finalisation of the AOP, dependent on member feedback and negotiation of additional projects. Activities that benefit all PHA members are funded from annual subscriptions paid by members and, as mentioned, are expected to make up 22% of total income. In addition, PHA undertakes separately funded projects for individual members, groups of members, as well as non-members, and these are budgeted to make up 78% of our total income. And this 78% is comprised of 71% of project funds coming from industry and the remaining 29% from the Commonwealth, states and territories. Many of these non-subscription funded projects and programs support or underpin the entire biosecurity system, providing benefits to all PHA members. There are currently 23 industries with a Plant Health Australia levy that funds additional biosecurity preparedness activities as well as annual subscription payments. PHA levy collections have been steadily increasing each year, and the PHA levy has collected more funding this year than at the same time in previous years. We expect PHA levy collections to remain strong throughout 2024-25, and we also recognise that we need to work proactively with industries who are yet to establish a PHA levy and will be challenged by the BPL. Whilst we've experienced an increasing investment from plant industries, government-funded projects have continued to decrease. This is reflected in our budget formation, where we are expecting income from plant industry projects to be higher and income from government-funded projects to be lower than the current year. As we move into the third annual operational plan under our 5-year strategic plan, we remain committed to working with members and stakeholders to progress our 3 strategic priorities. These priorities recognise that a strong and resilient plant biosecurity system is built on effective and efficient response and recovery, connected strategies and partnerships, and leverage data and technology for improved decision-making and rapid response to biosecurity threats. Delivering against our strategic plan also requires an internal focus to ensure PHA has effective and efficient processes to deliver good governance and management and communications and engagement activities that supports PHA's sustainability and growth. These actions are captured under our 2 operational priorities: improve governance and administration and enhance communication and engagement. Each year, halfway through the implementation of the AOP, we examine our progress up to 31 December and produce a mid-year performance report for members, offering a snapshot of progress against our deliverables. Progress is identified through traffic light coding, supported by brief comments against each key performance indicator. The 2023-24 mid-year performance report reflects that we've made good progress, showing a green status across all program areas identified in the AOP. 2 KPIs, which are related to resourcing of the biosecurity portal administered on behalf of members, and a member training strategy and implementation plan, have been identified as orange, meaning they are behind schedule. We are working to achieve the KPIs where possible, and the member training strategy has been identified for the 2024-25 AOP, whilst the biosecurity portal requires us to continue to explore funding opportunities to ensure its functionality and value. The latest report, the second under our 5-year strategic plan, has been published on our website and promoted via our newsletters and socials. And you can visit our website or scan the QR code in front of you to read the report. And I must acknowledge that the PHA team have accomplished a great deal within the last 6 months, and the results really speak for themselves. We will continue to operate with a high level of vigilance and future focus to drive member value and ensure our strategy delivers strong governance to improve rigour, minimise risk, and deliver our role in maintaining a world-class plant health system for sustainable and profitable agricultural industries. Our AOP and AOP webinar have been developed to clearly delineate between subscription-funded and non-subscription-funded activities. And I trust that through this presentation it provides clarity and assures you of how we carefully consider the use of subscriptions and the fiscal scrutiny applied to ensure responsible and targeted investment. Similarly, the same rigour and testing criteria is applied to non-subscription projects to ensure they align to our strategy and provide value to the company and the national plant biosecurity system. Of the $1.44 million expected to be spent on this first strategic priority, 86% of it, which is approximately $1.25 million, will be funded from member subscriptions. And there is a significant breadth of activities funded through subscriptions that support delivery of the 4 actions that deliver strategic priority 1. Initiatives under these actions include delivering industry liaison workshops in 4 jurisdictions to support higher levels of response readiness and collaboration between industry and government, implementing and refining the training pathway to improve knowledge and engagement of members in emergency plant pest response deed functions and biosecurity incident responses, reviewing categorisation and normal commitments to promote confidence in these provisions, finalising priority outcomes from the 2020 review of the EPPRD and preparing for the 2025 review, and supporting all signatories in implementing the deed and socialising learnings through debriefing. Non-subscription projects under Strategic Priority 1 generally relate to training opportunities identified collaboratively with members. In 2024-25, the following non-subscription activities are being implemented, and they are the development and hosting of member e-learning courses on Plant Health Australia's Vault platform, supporting the National Biosecurity Response Team through membership on the advisory group, and delivering a simulation exercise focused on oriental fruit fly. Of the $8.87 million expected to be spent on Strategic Priority 2, 7%, which equates to $585,930, will be funded from subscriptions and includes delivering the 3rd Australian Biosecurity Symposium, supporting the Australian Research Council Training Centre in Plant Biosecurity, attending and participating in national committees and working groups to provide strategic and expert advice on plant biosecurity issues, supporting the Plant Industry Forum and plant industry's biosecurity committees, and developing and distributing articles for the Farm Biosecurity newsletter and industry publications. Non-subscription projects of strategic importance for PHA under Strategic Priority 2 include coordinating activities in PHA levy and industry-funded biosecurity programs to improve preparedness, hosting reference panels for apple and pear, avocado, berries, ginger, melons, production nursery, rice, sugarcane and tropical fruit, which includes lychee, papaya and passion fruit industries, finalising endorsed biosecurity plans for blueberry, sugarcane and apple and pear industries, delivering a portfolio of bee biosecurity projects with a focus on securing funding to support continuation of the National Bee Pest Surveillance Program. Funding for this critical program ends in December of this year, and the future of the NBP-SP is dependent on funding and continued support from stakeholders. And building the vegetable industry's resilience to exotic pest threats through the creation of an industry-led biosecurity program that will strengthen pest surveillance, preparedness and management efforts. Strategic Priority 3 is funded entirely by non-subscription income to the expected value of $3.27 million. These non-subscription funded projects and programs underpin the entire biosecurity system, providing benefit to all of our members. And critically, these projects retain expertise in the PHA workforce to continue to deliver innovative projects to support our members and subscription activities in response, preparedness and prevention. A large number of projects within Strategic Priority 3 are time limited, and we continue to identify and apply for funding opportunities as they arise to support the delivery of the 6 actions that sit under this priority. Projects that are not funded by subscriptions but are critical to an agile biosecurity sector that align to this priority include delivering professional development activities and nationally consistent protocols in diagnostics and surveillance to detect and accurately identify national and high priority plant pests, whilst continually building skills and expertise through the networks. Supporting formal proficiency testing to maintain National Association of Testing Authorities, NATA, accreditation, as well as good diagnostic laboratory practice to ensure robust, consistent and accurate diagnostic procedures are undertaken and provide confidence in the diagnostic system. Developing project proposals to support innovative technologies and its adoption for plant biosecurity. Facilitating review processes for the Australian Plant Pest Database, as well as the Pest and Disease Image Library to ensure data currency, relevancy and alignment to national plant health policies. And demonstrating the use of AusPestCheck to facilitate data sharing across government and industry programs to support market access outcomes. The budgeted expenditure for operational priority 1 is $874,353, which is funded from member subscriptions. This work includes work programs and enabling services required to keep the company operational and PHA staff focused on their projects. It encompasses our corporate, legislative and compliance responsibilities and the requirements needed to maintain the business. Projects of priority for the coming year under Operational Priority 1 include implementation of an enhanced financial management solution to streamline finance and project management functions, review levy reporting to facilitate better decision-making for industry members, development and implement an employee recognition program in consultation with staff to celebrate our successes, and working with our board to provide sound governance and strategic direction. The budgeted expenditure for Operational Priority 2 is $793,630 funded from member subscriptions. And the top 5 activities that will be the focus for this Operational Priority 2 will include implementation of the Communications and Engagement Plan, which includes a monthly newsletter, proactive and reactive media, content generation for articles and social media, corporate reporting and publications such as the AOP, the Mid-Year Performance Report, Annual Report, and this webinar, implementation of our internal communications strategy, and improving member onboarding processes. The Marcoms team work across Plant Health Australia to deliver communications support and outputs for various non-subscription funded activities such as the Surveillance and Diagnostics Networks, the National Bee Pest Blitz campaign, which is commencing in April, the National Fruit Fly Council and its associated events, the Grains Farm Biosecurity and Farm Biosecurity programs. Additionally, this team maintains all digital platforms and websites that are linked to these programs. To enable our members to provide comprehensive feedback on the AOP, consultation is extended this year until Friday the 26th of April, with the updated AOP earmarked for redistribution in May. And all feedback should be sent to admin@phau.com.au. Now that brings us to the end of the webinar, and it's time to hear from all of you if you have any questions or feedback from the presentation. And there's no questions in the chat. Thanks, Jolene. If there are no questions, there is always that opportunity to provide some feedback to us via the time frame. So I will thank you again for attending today's webinar. Next Tuesday, we will distribute an email to members that will provide links to the recording of today's webinar, presentation and the draft AOP. And I want to thank all of my team for the very hard and wonderful work that they've done to prepare today's webinar. And I do welcome and thank you for your feedback and wish you all a happy Easter. And I look forward to seeing you at our May meetings in Sydney on 30 and 31 May very soon. Thanks, everyone.